What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video we have our class overview for the brand new RPG mobile game Tales Noir. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up this video is greatly appreciated. In this video we are going to go over all 5 different classes, give you an idea of what they do, so that way you can have an easier choice of who you want to pick when the game does hit open beta. Open beta is supposed to start, I believe, July 6th. I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard. Before we get started though, our friends at appgallery, our sponsor for this video, has some giveaways and some really cool things going on for this game. I'm going to show you how to download and install appgallery. Then we're going to talk about the €5 coupon you can get, and also a Huawei device giveaway they got going on. You don't want to miss out on this. We're going to go to the website. We are going to click download and install appgallery. Then for selecting a country, make sure you put Italy no matter where you live. We're going to sign up using an email address. We're going to create one. Then we are going to do verification with our phone number. And then we are in. There it is. All of your favorite apps, your mobile games. The best part about it is the rewards and the gifts. Rewards are when you spend money in the game, you'll get a kickback. And then gifts. We have gifts for all of these different mobile games, which are exclusive, that you can only find on appgallery. You will get an exclusive Pioneer reward pack for pre-registering. You'll see we get Bound Diamonds 100, 250,000 silver, and an epic partner, Aladdin. Not only that, but you will also be able to get a €5 coupon for this game. What you're going to do is you're going to go over to where it says campaigns, and then you're going to look for Tales Noir pre-order. That is where you're going to go ahead and you're going to pre-order to get your welcome gift. Next, you're going to go to coupons, and with a purchase of €10 or more, you will get a €5 coupon for Tales Noir. Only available in appgallery. Now for the best part, appgallery is also having a device giveaway. This is strictly for users who have a shipment address in the European Union region, and you also need to spend a certain amount of money in this game in appgallery. You can go ahead and join the appgallery Discord group and contact an admin for more detailed information. All right, my friends, let's go over the classes. I went ahead and I had to record this on my tablet and bring it over because this is closed beta footage. The 5 classes we have are the Knight, which is looked at as your tank defense, the Hunter, which is also known as like the Archer. This is your ranged damage dealer, your Sorcerer, which is your mage, which specializes in AoE control damage, everyone's favorite class, the Assassin, burst control damage, and finally the healer of the team, the Musician, magic and healing focus. Now there are subclasses to each one of these. Once you reach, I think it was like level 30 something, between like 37 and 40, you start to have these branches break down. So you'll have like 2 subclasses that you get to choose from. We're not going to go over all the subclasses because this video would be ridiculously long. And then when you get to level 50, you have another class that you get to choose. It's pretty crazy. There's a lot of customization, a lot of character building in this game. So the first class we have is the Knight. This is your basic tank in the game, has a high health pool, also has high base defense, suffers when it comes to dealing damage. So because of that, if you're someone who likes to play alone and not really party up, then the tank wouldn't be a class that I would kind of recommend. The tank is someone who's going to be partied up with a lot of people. And that's another thing that I just want to mention. I am going to do a best beginners guide, but just a hint. For this game, you really want to be partied up as much as possible for a lot of events. You do have the ability to kind of pair up with mercenaries, which is like computer AI, but they're really like, they're based off of your level, and it's really not the most ideal situation. You really want to be pairing up with other human players when you're doing all these different dungeons. I mean, there is ridiculous amount of different dungeons. This game has a tremendous amount of content. The Knight, though, aside from that, when you have your 2 subclasses, you can kind of go more of a full-on tank build or more of a melee damage build. All right, let's take a look at our next class we have is the Hunter right here. And also to mention that there is no gender lock. So all the classes have male or female genders. So you don't have to worry about that, which is a big thing. I know a lot of people ask about that. Another thing that I also have to mention that I also see people ask a lot is, can you switch classes? As far as I know, I've played the game for a bit. There was no way to switch from like a sorcerer to a hunter, or like a hunter to an assassin. So once you choose that class, you're kind of locked into that class the entire playthrough. If you want to try a new class, you will have to make like a new account. Well, not necessarily a new account, but you have 5 different character slots. You would have to start a new character slot and start over from level 1 with that new character, and then start from the very beginning of the story mode all over again. The hunter is the same as, say, your archer, has ranged damage, very good, arguably one of the best single target damage dealers in the game. So because of that, whenever you have like boss battles and your dungeon runs, hunter is an absolute must. They will help you out a tremendous amount. Really good dodge ability though, has really high dodge, so that way you can really dodge a lot of your opponent's attacks. The hunter is actually my main, and one of the subclasses that I chose was this kind of like summoning class. So what I do is I actually get to summon this like wolf character, and he comes and he helps me out. I'm gonna suggest that if you do decide to go to hunter, choose that subclass because it helps out a ridiculous amount. One of the big downsides to the hunter is the fact that you are really weak in base defense and base health, and when you're playing like solo, it's really hard because you're constantly taking a lot of damage. You do have like a partner in the game which can help out. You really want to have your partner who's more tanky and kind of absorbing the damage. But if you do go like that summoning build with the hunter, you then have another body on the floor. You have this like werewolf guy, and he's out there, and he's also like drawing the aggro of the enemy. Taking a look next, we have the sorcerer. The sorcerer is kind of similar to the archer, but kind of like the opposite. Again, it's a ranged damage dealer, but instead of being really good at single target damage, the sorcerer is going to be really good at AoE damage, also control damage. You'll notice that the sorcerer has a lot of things like AoE slows to slow the opponent down. That way they can't really just jump on the sorcerer, because another downfall to the mage sorcerer class is the fact that you have low base defense and low base health. So because of that, I'm gonna do a video where I talk about like the best PvP and best PvE. This is more just overview, but just to give you a quick little hint, the sorcerer can get absolutely demolished in PvP by certain classes if you don't play it right. That's why you gotta use those control effects. But the sorcerer is definitely a fun class. It is another class that you can play solo. You don't need to be paired up with anyone. You can get away with pairing up with the computer AI to run dungeons, because again, you're really going to be pumping out a lot of decent damage over time, especially when a lot of the dungeons focus mainly on like a lot of enemies, so the AoE really helps. Next, taking a look at assassin. Now, from what I've seen in the closed beta, the assassin and the mage were the 2 highest picked classes that I've noticed. The assassin is really good with burst damage, control damage. This is another one that I had a lot of fun playing with. Arguably, it's tough. I'm not sure what my main is going to be when it comes to open beta. I've been enjoying the hunter class, but the assassin class is just a ridiculous amount of fun. But I don't want to pick the class that everyone else is picking. You know, there's a lot of assassins out there, so I kind of want to be a little bit different. But overall, the assassin has the ability to do like a cloak, basically turning invisible so that the enemies can't see you, and then you just pop up and just do a bunch of burst damage. Assassin, one of the best for PvP classes. Good single target damage, good AoE damage, just an all-around really good class to play as. Some really good movement skills to get around the map and get away from your enemies and kind of attack people. All right, and finally, my friends, we have the musician. This is a magic healing class, this support class. This one, I would say you're gonna have a really tough time playing solo if you choose the musician class. This is for someone who wants to always be partied up, because you don't put out like a ridiculous amount of damage, and you're also like you're not like super duper squishy like say like the archer and stuff, but really you don't benefit at all if you're playing solo. You really want to be partied up with other people, so that way you're like supporting them, and you know, they're pumping out the damage and stuff like that. Very sought after class though for groups. So you'll definitely never have any trouble getting into a group because everyone needs a musician. It's the healing class, right? When you're running dungeons, the most important classes that you need when running a dungeon is a musician, must have, and a tank. Like, these are the two, you have to have it no matter what dungeon you're doing. Is the two most important classes. You need to have a tank and a healer, otherwise it can be a bit more difficult. Like the archer, the sorcerer, and the assassin, these are like your 3 damage dealers. You can kind of mix and match those. You could have 2 archers or 2 hunters, 2 sorcerers, and assassin, you know. It's a fun class to play. If you like to heal, then I would suggest this. Again though, if you are someone who is antisocial and you don't like to party up with people, then this is a class that I'm not going to personally recommend. I'll see y'all later. Peace.